What's going on, lawn nerds? Glad to have you back for another week, and I'm sorry this video is late, but my weeks have been absolutely crazy lately. Rain, overgrown lawn, all sorts of things. But like I said last week, it's all about weeds. Let's go. Yes, it is that time of year. Time for post-emergent weed control now. We put down our pre-emergent and our prodiamine, but now it's time to get the stuff that already popped up. Remember, our pre-emergent prodiamine only really focuses heavily on crabgrass. The other stuff, it's not really gonna catch. But now it's time for our spot sprays, our blanket sprays, if need be, and our dithiopyr. Time to look over that stuff. I'm completely on board with Alan Hain here in integrated pest management. Let's only put on the yard what we need to put on it. So how do you know? If you don't have that many weeds, spot spray it. If you've got a lot of weeds, blanket spray it. But settle down on the blanket spray. Put it on, check for your results, and then maybe you only need to go to some spot spraying here and there. Let it do its job. Don't just douse that lawn in chemicals for no reason or overdo it and make it worse. So you know from last week's video, if you watched it, that I've got a few weeds to deal with. I couldn't figure out what it was, but when I was editing it, I did some research and I did figure out. But you guys also figured it out too. So what was it? These little heart-shaped punks over here? Well, they're not so heart-shaped anymore, but that is wild violet. No, there's no purple flowers yet because we're doing something right, but it's wild violet. So besides the wild violet, what other problems do we have? Well, you guys saw it last week, but it's still here. All these thistles. We're gonna deal with all of these thistles and get them out of the yard. So ultimately, in the grand scheme of things, I got a few dandelions, maybe 10, that wild violet, and those thistles, and a very little bit of crabgrass. So am I gonna put down dithiopyr? I don't know. I think I'm gonna wait a couple weeks and see what comes, because the spray that we're gonna put down today also takes care of crabgrass. So if I don't need to put down dithiopyr, I'm not gonna do it until fall. All right, so what are we gonna use for our pest management? This is a Bayer Advanced All-in-One Lawn Weed and Crabgrass Killer, and this big guy right here, Ortho Weed Be Gone Plus Crabgrass Control. Now, one thing that I want you guys to notice is, before we get to this big guy, is this stuff right here. You see these numbers? You probably can't. Really great. But this is what I want you to pay attention to as well. Active ingredients: 2,4-D, quinclorac, dicamba, but the big thing over here also is your percentages. This 2,4-D in the Weed Be Gone is 6.42%. Now, what do we have over here for active ingredients? 2,4-D, quinclorac, and dicamba. The same thing between the two. But this 2,4-D is only 4.85%. Which one's gonna work better? We're gonna find out. Now that goes for all of these, the quinclorac and the dicamba in each of these. Quinclorac over here is 2.13, quinclorac here is 1.61, dicamba at 0.45, and dicamba at 0.60. Now what we're gonna be putting them on with is this Field King backpack sprayer. We'll see how she works. And you probably saw this over here, but this guy treats 6,250 feet because it's 25% more. This guy is at 5,000 feet. Well, let's see here. What do we got? I think this one is, let's see here. If I can get that right, where's it at? All right, right here. 2.5 fluid ounces per every 400 feet for 400 square feet in a gallon of water. So we're gonna use 2.5 ounces for every gallon to only treat 400 feet. I don't know what this one is, but we're gonna find out. Open you. All right, these things are such a pain, especially one-handed. There it is, right there. How much to use? So, right here, measure area to be sprayed, calculate square feet by multiplying length times width, blah, blah, blah. So this is gonna be 3.2 fluid ounces for every 1 gallon, and it treats 500 square feet. Who wants to do all that math? not me. Let's just put it down. Well, at the correct stuff, but I'm not gonna figure out for you right now which one covers better with the percents. I don't do that. All right, a Field King backpack sprayer. This thing came right off of, once again, Alan Haynes' list of stuff that he's approved, that he likes, that he's used. So I trusted it, I'm gonna take it. But one of those battery powered backpack sprayers is on my mind, along with the spray nozzle from Pete at GCI Turf. So I think I'm gonna have one of those quite soon. And this thing gonna either get sold or go into storage just in case. But we've got a 4-gallon sprayer. It comes with 4 nozzles, a low volume fan tip, adjustable brass nozzle, a high volume fan tip, and a foaming nozzle. We're only gonna use the fan tips. So let's see what's in it. Bye. She's got a little weight to her. We've got a handle. Let's get this over here. Set this down. The sprayer with looks like the fan tip already in it, just like so. Get this off of here. That's a pretty nice looking pack. Put this off to the side here so it doesn't go anywhere, and there's some stuff in here still. All right, what do we got in here? Directions. I'm pretty sure we know how to use this thing. But in here, we are going to have, this is what it comes with right here. This is going to be your in-between for your sprayer. It's going to be your tips, and this is going to bolt on for our handle. So our handle is adjustable. You can either have a left or a right, which is awesome. So it doesn't matter if you're left or right-handed. This thing works for you. I'm on you. There you go. All right, so we're good to go. This thing is going to go on the end of here if you want to put this big adjustable brass tip on. We don't. We want to use the fan tip, so she's going to go right back in the bag. And away it goes. All right, so I'm going to be spraying right-handed, so I want this on the left-hand side. So we're going to want it right over here, just like so. Down in the hole. And I really feel like that's, see, now this part is also threaded, so that's why I was threading that down in. So you're really getting a double lock on here. And I'm going to have to get a pair of pliers, or a couple pair, to put these on. If I can hear, this will probably be easier. Set this down and do it this way. Let's get you guys that ever coveted close-up. So here's what we got right here. The Field King Professional, no leak pump. This is kind of what the bottom looks like. A nice thick hose, all metal. Of course, this is plastic, but it goes all into a metal handle right here. And this is a look at the back side. We've got some cheap backpack pads for your shoulders. You've also got a waist belt, but this is nice. You've got a nice little spot to hold the sprayer when you're not using it. And you've got a screened in part that comes out for doing stuff, so make sure you don't get all that stuff in there. So yeah, it feels like a really nice sprayer. Let's go put it to the test. Let's go put some things in it, make it happen. All right, so I decided we're gonna start out with the Ortho Weed Be Gone. We're gonna try it. It's 2.5 ounces per gallon, and we're gonna use a little palm olive for our surfactant. 4 gallons, so we're gonna put 10 ounces in here. Let's do it. We're gonna fill this guy about halfway full of water first before we start putting our control and our surfactant in. This has a nice little measurement right in there, you can probably see. So we know that we needed 2.5 ounces per gallon, so we're gonna be putting 10 ounces or 4 of these 2.5s in. Almost forgot the surfactant. Now don't forget your PPE with your boots. I know I should probably have pants and long sleeves on, but it's hot out here and I'm gonna be spraying it low and it's not very breezy. So I'm gonna take my chances, plus I'm gonna shower right when I'm done with this because I'm nasty. I'm just gross today. Ugh. Now the other thing I highly suggest you guys do is, this is not light. Prop it up. Don't try and hoist it up from the ground because it's not gonna feel good. So just get it in. There. And adjust your buckles. Good to go. We're good. All right, so I wanted you guys to see this patch back here. I kind of left this and I didn't weed eat it just so we could kind of use this as a little test plot. So let's spray her down. And we only want to spray until these are wet. See, we got a little crabgrass in here, a little dandelion and some thistle and some other funk. I don't know what that is or what these little guys are, but we're gonna see if it kills them. Even got some stuff in here, looks like more of that wild violet. Oh, I better pump this thing up again. All right. And don't worry about that dog bowl. I gotta clean it anyway, so it's gonna disappear. Don't think my dog's gonna drink this stuff. It's all hot water from being out today anyway, so it's gotta go. So recap, what'd we do? We got a new backpack sprayer. We chose our weed killer, our selective weed killer. Make sure you get one that's selective. Roundup isn't gonna do this because Roundup kills it all. Make sure you look for it that won't kill lawns. So we got that. We read the directions on how much it took. We put it in our 4-gallon sprayer, plus we added our surfactant. I add about an ounce per gallon of soap to, you know, whatever mixture. If you're using a 1-gallon hand can, use 1 ounce. 2-gallon hand cans, 2 ounces, so on and so forth. Mine was 4, so I used 4. There it is. So I will keep you guys updated to see how that weed be gone works, and if we need to do it again later on, we'll try the Bayer. So for more videos just like this, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next episode.